Maybe no one ever told you that you can feel safe, not just in your mind, but in your skin. Maybe you've spent so many years trying to think your way out of fear that you never learned how to feel your way back into peace. You're not overreacting, you're remembering. That tremor in your chest, that voice in your head, that tension in your jaw, they're not flaws. They're bookmarks, echoes, somatic signals pointing back to moments your body had to survive without proper support help. But here's what changes everything. You don't have to live from a state of survival forever. You can live from a state of safety instead. And safety is a skill. Let me show you how. But first, a gentle reminder. This is not about becoming a perfect version of yourself. This is about becoming a present version of yourself. One that breathes before it reacts. One that pauses before it runs. One that listens before it judges. Because healing is not something you conquer. It's something you build. Like trust. Slowly. Honestly. With yourself. You might believe your stories are the problem, the loops in your head, the worries you can't turn off. But the nervous system tells us, state comes before story. You don't think your way into feeling safe. You feel safe, and then your thoughts begin to soften. That's why healing doesn't start with logic. It starts with physical sensations, with breath, with rhythm, with relationship. Think about it. On a good day, a challenge feels like a puzzle. On a dysregulated day, the same challenge feels like a threat. That's not failure. It's physiology. So if we want to change the story, we have to first understand the state. There are 3 basic states your nervous system cycles through. They're like different weather patterns in your body, and none of them are wrong. First, there's the ventral vagal state, your zone of safety and connection. You breathe easily here. You feel present, curious, open to life. Then, there's the sympathetic state, your body's accelerator. When danger is sensed, your heart races, muscles tighten, and you prepare to fight or flee. Think tunnel vision, sharp edges. Finally, there's the dorsal vagal state. Shut down, the freeze, the fog. You feel heavy, hopeless, alone, like disappearing would be easier than feeling anything at all. You cycle through these states every single day, meaning your body is going up and down like a roller coaster. Often this roller coaster is causing your well-being more harm than good. Here comes self-awareness to fruition. The goal is not to stay in one forever, but to recognize where you are and to build bridges back to a sense of safety. This safety is the state of rest and digest. This is where your body and all the parts of it can enter the process of self-healing, even on a cellular level, which can be put differently as cleansing toxins out of your bones and organs. And, to put it a tad simpler, to give your system a well-deserved rest. A quick break from everyday business and stress. Who does not like to rest properly after a busy day at work or after a challenging meeting, after a demanding fight with one of your beloved members of your social circle? If you can consciously control the state of your nervous system, you can tackle challenges of all kinds without burning out in the long run, and still have energy to go after things you really enjoy, passions you deeply want to make to come to reality. To give an answer to this well-founded question of how to get a grip on your own nervous system, this video will help you. So let's begin mapping your system, noticing the clues, learning your own body's language. When you wake up, are you energized or withdrawn? In conflict, do you lash out or go silent? Do certain rooms, smells, or voices make your shoulders tense? These are your weather reports, not judgments, just information. And once you understand your own map, you can begin to regulate your nervous system and target the causes of unwanted stress. And that's where the true power lies, not in never feeling anxious again, but in knowing what to do when anxiety knocks at your door, not in avoiding all conflict, but in meeting conflict without losing yourself, not in becoming unshakable, but in knowing how to return to your center when you've been shaken. This return is the essence of nervous system intelligence. It's how you learn to stop abandoning yourself in moments that matter. There are 4 anchors I want to offer you, tools that bring you home to safety when the storm inside gets too loud. First, breath, but not the kind that feels forced. We're not performing calm. We are inviting it into our lives and into our body. Try this. Inhale gently for the count of 4, and exhale slowly for 6. Longer exhales signal to your body the threat has passed. You don't have to believe it right away. Trust your body, and your body will begin to relax into this deep felt state of calmness. Second, your gaze. When we're stressed, our vision narrows, so widen it. You can do this by merely looking out a window. Let your eyes wander to the edges. This simple shift tells your system, I'm not trapped. Third, your voice. Human, sing. Whisper a tone low and deep. The vagus nerve runs through the throat, and sound vibrates it like a massage. Just humming as you exhale can change your state. Fourth, memory. Close your eyes and remember one moment, just one, where you felt held, safe, seen. Breathe into that memory like it's a room you can re-enter. You're not escaping into the past. You're borrowing safety from it. These anchors don't fix everything, but they give you a rope, and ropes matter. When life pulls you under, you don't need to swim all the way to the surface in one breath. You just need something to hold on to remind yourself, I'm still here. I can survive this wave, and I can return when I'm ready. Something to hold on to when the tide rises. But sometimes it's not the storms that overwhelm us. It's the small things. That means that even small things can cause emotional turmoil. At the same time, small things can also do good to your nervous system. The light on the wall in the morning, the warmth of a mug in your hand, the laugh of someone you love. These are called glimmers, tiny flashes of safety, the opposite of triggers. Most of us are trained to track danger, but you can train yourself to track safety instead. A practice, therefore, could be to write those glimmers down. Start a glimmer journal. Every day, write down one moment, however small it may seem, where something inside you softened. A moment when the world felt a little less sharp, not because it was perfect, but because you were present. Ask yourself, what did I see? What did I hear? What did I feel in my body? And why did it feel good? The more you name these moments, the more your nervous system learns to look for them. Eventually, it becomes a healthy habit. It's not wishful thinking. It's neural rewiring. Safety isn't just something you stumble into. It's something you can cultivate. And like any garden, it needs regular care. You don't have to get it right every time. You just have to return to it again and again. Each glimmer you notice is a drop of water for your internal flowers. Each breath, a ray of sunlight. Each boundary you set, a root strengthening in your soil. And slowly, your system begins to trust you again, not because the world changed, but because you changed how you relate to the world. This habit becomes natural, like brushing your teeth or drinking your coffee in the morning. Now let's talk more tools. Because the more helpful skills are at hand, the more safe you will feel by simply knowing what to do in certain situations. When you're dysregulated, you don't need more motivation. You need a regulation roadmap, a clear, simple practice tailored to your state. If you're frozen in dorsal, move, stand up, step outside, touch something cold, not to punish your body, but to remind it, you are still here. If you're on fire in sympathetic mode, stretch your arms wide, exhale with sound. Say out loud, I'm safe. I'm not under attack. Feel your feet on the floor to ground yourself into the moment. If you're calm and connected in ventral, stay, breathe, share, anchor it. Let your system memorize this state, so it becomes easier to return into this safety zone the next time you think you need a break. Think of it like a favorite song. The more often you hear it, the quicker you remember how it makes you feel. The rhythm of your nervous system works the same way. When you practice safety in small, quiet ways, you're composing a melody your body will recognize, even when fear gets loud. You don't need to fix everything at once. You just need the right tool for the moment you're in. And here's something most healing paths forget. You weren't meant to regulate alone. We also heal through co-regulation, not just inner work, but in safe relationships, even with strangers. Have you ever had a friend whose presence made you breathe easier, whose calm voice slowed your heart rate? Well, that's co-regulation. You don't need perfect people, you need safe people. People who listen without rushing, people who see you without trying to fix you. That's what we're building here on Read Easy HQ, a space for breath, for witnessing, for remembering, together. What's one moment today where someone helped your nervous system breathe easier? Tell us in the comments, and let's start learning from each other again. You don't have to be a master of nervous system theory to begin. You just have to be willing to notice and return. And if everything still feels like too much, remember, you're not broken, you're blooming. Your nervous system isn't your enemy. It's a compass, a storyteller, a guide. It doesn't want to be forced. It wants to be felt, and it wants to be honored, like an old friend who never left your side, even when you misunderstood its signals, even when you called it broken, even when you tried to numb or ignore it. What if you forgave your nervous system today? What if you said, "Thank you for keeping me alive even when I didn't understand you"? Because beneath all the survival patterns and shutdown responses is a nervous system that's been waiting to be seen as an ally, to be listened to, and to be met with presence. So take this moment, place a hand on your heart, and exhale slowly. You've done enough for now. You're already healing. Write the following statement in the comments if you're ready to begin again, gently. I'm ready to remember who I was before the world taught me to perform. Let's grow slow and root deep together.